When talking about the caste-based reservation system and its impact on Indian society, we should consider two other nations and its histories along with ours. The nuclear holocaust and the disasters of Second World War caused unimaginable damages to the Japanese society, economy, and its political fabric. And at the same time, Chairman Mao started his long march with his Red Army to sabotage the democratic government of Chiang Kai-shek in China. And Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru started the birth of free India. The birth or rebirth of three nations, three major nations of Asia, almost started at the same time. That is 1945 to 50. And just look at where they are. That is where China and Japan and where India stands. That itself makes us to rethink our problems and our mistakes. These three nations have many things in common. While talking about Indian caste-based reservation system and the slow growth of Indian economy and social development, many accuse that it is because of the big size of the country, its vast population of illiterates, and the 200-year-old exploitation of imperialists or colonialists. But the other two countries, China and Japan, also had similar problems or similar factors in their own histories. China, being the most populous country in the world, have a similar structure of people like that of India. That is a multifaceted, multilingual, multi-religious nation with more population than that of India, emerged as the leader of the world by the beginning of 21st century. Japan, similarly, after the disastrous failure of the Second World War and the nuclear holocaust, came as the numero uno of industry, science and technology in the world. And we should see the strength and power of these two Asian countries to face any problems or critical situations nations used to face, whether it is natural calamities or political kind of fluctuations or troubles. They survive with their own strength and power, without any support from outer sources. But In the 70 years of or 7 decades of Indian independence, we are at the same point where we started. We started as a nation of illiterates. Now also 40 to 50% of Indians are in the same level of literacy or education or social status. So the forefathers or the constitutional forefathers of our country clearly debated all these issues and formulated the caste-based reservation system as a policy to be implemented to bring up the common man who were oppressed for a long time, say from time immemorial, and to bring them up to the mainstream of Indian social life. But many leaders are opposed to this, that any privilege or any special treatment or benefits given to a particular caste or community is a clear violation of the fundamental rights or the basic principles of Indian Constitution. That is, there should not be any discrimination or special treatment given to its citizens based on his caste of birth or language of birth or the place of living. And the right for equal opportunity should be the foundation factor of the Constitution. But once the leaders wanted caste-based reservation system as a policy, as a remedy to give a cure for the traditional long caste oppressions or social discriminations existed in this country. And in 1952, when Kaka Kalelkar was appointed as the commission for this caste-based reservation system implementation, it was hardly 1,500 odd caste and communities were eligible or fixed for reservation facilities to be given. But now, after 70 years of Indian independence, there are 5,128 castes are eligible for special treatments like reservation system in education, employment, promotion, higher education, social welfare, and so on. In addition to this, even criminal laws were implemented in this land, like the 1989 Dalit Atrocities Act, with which anybody can be accused as an oppressor under Dalit Atrocities Act. If a Dalit person go and complain about the other person, accusing him as an oppressor, like calling his caste name or any silly accusations like this, can be penalized severely. Even without bail, he can be put into the jail. And in 2015, BJP government under Narendra Modi amended the law 1989 Dalit Atrocities Act by adding more features to it. So my question is this: Even after 7 decades of reservation system prevailing in India, the standard of living of Dalits or the backward community is not yet progressed or advanced as accused by the media or the missionary lobby or activists, Dalit activists, then it clearly states that the system is wrong. The system itself is erred. So why to lag on this particular policy for long? Even after 7 decades, the life of an average Dalit or a poor backward community could not be progressed, even though the government is spending billions of rupees for the promotion of education, welfare and employment. They are still in that particular level of living states that this system is wrong. So, where is the fault remaining? So, caste-based reservation system is not a cure. It is a disease. It cannot give a remedy. It cannot be a remedy for the prevailing kind of problems remaining in the society among them. So far, in India, no scientific studies conducted in this regard.